What's up, guys? It's Carlos, just me here, and
GamingPod.
this is the gaming news for the week of April 23rd, 2021. Let's get started.
So, the first news of the week is Microsoft is going Plus Ultra.
To an
They
anime.
oh, I didn't catch that reference. They are they have built a new supercomputer, which is supposed to be the fastest supercomputer run by renewable energy. This computer was basically made to track weather and gather intel.
Oh, nice.
um, and it's so powerful that it is capable of um, running 60 petaflops,
Hmm.
which is a lot.
So, speaking of testing new things and making new things happen, usually testing, goes the way you want to sometimes based on the things that you're testing, but there's sometimes when testing goes a different direction. Um, Pretty much, if you ever use Humble Bundle, they have a way to donate to charities or to yeah. They tell you you can either pay this much for what you want, or you can also put in a penny or two to the charities you want. But recently, so they were able to decide what percentage went to charity, Humble Bundle, and the developers, which the games that you're buying from. Features may soon go away though. They will not be used as a fixed percentage. So what does it mean that pretty much you won't be able to do this anymore? Seems that they want to limit giving to charity and give more to developers or to Humble Bumble. So based on the way they're trying to do things, it looks like they're not getting rid of the feature entirely, but just what you're actually giving to. So maybe like how Geo said that, or Geo wrote, um, that maybe they're trying to limit things or make it more towards the developers that need it, or they can't afford to sustain the charity or something like that. But they are definitely, it's not going to be the same thing. So how like some games have like betas and alphas. Some games they offer demos. And Jill, can you tell us about a specific demo?
So, a demo that I think most of us want to maybe play or try out is
Mhm.
Resident Evil Village. It's the demo came out April 24th. So today is April 23rd. They did have a previous demo, but this is the second version of the demo. It's like a different portion of the map.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be able to play April 24th. You can access the demo through the PlayStation Network store, and you can only play the demo during a limited time window. So if you snooze, you lose. But then the game will actually come out May 7th. So that's like in a week or two.
Anyway, speaking of a game that hasn't come out yet, but I actually want to get, so we've seen, or they have posted, Scarlet Nexus has posted a trailer, showing various actions, various powers in the game. It's a sort of inspired Japanese RPG, but it's an RPG regardless, made from Bandai Namco. In the first trailer, we saw a hospital location with open areas and a specific character and specific powers. The second location took place in a museum. Same thing. The fighting looked very fast paced, and it looked like it was an open area, so it didn't feel like you were locked into a specific place. I know some games that are made by Banco are very like narrow, so you pretty much like it's very linear. Like they're trying to push you towards the end of the game, and you don't really have areas to move around or explore. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, they showed various powers, um, with like however the thing is like where they get to like transform and do specific things. It looks interesting. It looks very. It reminds me of of a prototype, with like anime inspired. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be, so they haven't. I don't think they've released a date. All we know is going to come out in this summer. So I'm looking forward to it.
PlayStation is going to be hosting a conference in China. And the reason why that's big news is because China recently allowed Xbox and PlayStation to start selling their consoles there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, since China's I believe is a communist country, so they're very strict on what companies can actually sell
Mm-hmm.
things in that country. So, For a long time, PlayStation and Xbox were actually banned, seeing as they were Japan and U.S. companies. But yes, so PlayStation is gonna have a conference in China um, on April. Somehow I forgot the date. but yeah, so they're gonna be having a conference in China in April. The exact date is gonna be April 29th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Mhm.
Um, and it's gonna get interesting because China China approved them in December of last year, so that means if PlayStation 5 and Xbox, the multiple Xboxes that they're selling, want to go into the market, it would make sense for them to start announcing things this year or
Mhm.
fairly soon. So most likely Sony might or PlayStation might be announcing the release date for the PlayStation 5 in China.
Well, anyway, speaking of Sony, right? Um, I never played this game, and I have no intention of ever playing this game. But Jill enjoyed the game. It was controversial. You can't really say too much because then you get called names. But apparently, The Last of Us 2 has collected more Game of the Year awards than any other game in history. Last year, it took 300 awards out of 576 total. So the runner-ups for the year of 2020 was Hades, which took some awards at South by Southwest and a bunch of other high events. Right? They only won 64 Game of the Year awards. In third place goes Tsushima, which is a really great game and should have won, but whatever. Took only one less than Hades, sitting at a total of 63. And The Last of Us managed to have more awards than the rest of the entire fields combined. So all the games that were nominated, they got more than them. So the last game that had a lot of awards was Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which took about 280 in 2015, right? And it's still being played right now, and we'll talk about it later on. So with 300 awards to their name, they have past games like GTA 5, Legend of Zelda, Skyrim, which is one of my favorite games of all time, Red Dead Redemption 2, Maria's favorite game.
So the next one is the GameStop Pro Day sale
Mm-hmm.
is happening tomorrow
When?
or
Tomorrow
yesterday, depending on when you hear this.
or 2 days ago?
2 or 1 day ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but basically, GameStop has a Pro Day sale every year, kind of like the
Mm-hmm.
Prime Day sale.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the question is, how good can the sales really be? Most of the
Mm-hmm.
games that were released, like most of the big games that were released last year, have been on sale for about 50% now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, I guess I can keep my eye out to see if I find anything, but I don't think.
Cyberpunk. You get Cyberpunk for $25. You
Wait,
know.
so did they announce some sales in advance?
So, Valhalla is going to be $35 compared to 60. Cyberpunk 2027 is going to be 25 compared to $60. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. I don't know if that includes the DLC or whatever. That's going to be $10 off. So it's $40. So it's 30. Immortals Phoenix Rising is going to be $30. Just Dance 2 is going to be 30. Kingdom Hearts All in One is going to be 29. Mario Kart 8 is going to be $40. I don't know if that's also digital, but the physical version. Mortal Kombat Ultimate, which includes like the DLC and like everything, for $30 is a good deal. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is going to be $40. Overcooked All You Can Eat is going to be 30, but that's an old game. Persona 5 Royal, $30. Star Wars Squadron is going to be $20. So that's a good deal if you have a VR headset or you like Star Wars. I mean, it's a really good game, but you have to like the franchise to like it. Watch Dogs Legion is going to be $30, and Yakuza Like a Dragon is going to be $30. Usually when you buy something, it's yours, So if I bought this microphone that I have here, I own it, Geo just like Samsung can't really come into my house and say like, oh, we're taking it back, or they can like send me an email saying, hey, we're gonna take your microphone back because I own this property. But Apple doesn't seem to agree. Right? Apple is facing a lawsuit in regards to their use of the word buy. Right? If a customer buys something, should they always be able to access or own it? Apple doesn't believe you should be able to access or own it forever. So let's say, for example, iTunes doesn't exist anymore, then oh well, you lost your Get Out movie, right? They believe you are purchasing a temporary license that they then have the power to remove or revoke. A big issue in today's digital age might change since we're moving over to constant streaming of games and videos. But anyway, Jill, give us some good news or some somewhat good news, I guess.
Good news for like us, or
I mean, good news for whoever, the company or us. Who cares?
I mean, at that point, I think it's just good news for the company, to be honest. So I guess good news for I forget the name of the company.
CD Project Red,
CD Projekt
or
Red.
sorry, CD Project.
Oh yes, no CD
Yeah,
Projekt.
yeah.
So good news for CD Projekt because I guess they sold 13.7 million copies and only had to refund 30,000 copies for
Nice.
the people who requested them
Mm-hmm.
for Cyberpunk. Um, I don't even know what to say. I think
I
at
mean,
this
you still
point,
have your copy though, right?
I mean, I still have it, but like I'm waiting for them to fix the game, and it kind of sounds like they don't
It's
want to
never
fix
going to
it at
get
this
fixed.
point.
Usually, a lot of people, quote unquote nerds or whatever, dweebs like to go to visit Japan. Would want to visit Japan because of anime. The stores that they have, all the figures you can buy. All the things they offer. The gaming cafes, cat cafes. Visiting shrines or just wanting to get stuff from Japan that you would have to pay extreme amount of money just for shipping, right? So um there is a store in Japan, specifically in Akihabara. It's a gaming retro store called Super Potato. Usually they sell a lot of like it almost feels like a museum because they sell a lot of retro and a little bit of like modern titles, but the majority of it is like retro stuff. And they do offer uh some like actual consoles that you can buy. But because of everything that's going on with the world, there's a lack of tourism and visitors going to the actual store in Akuhabara. They recently released a eBay store where you can actually look for things and buy them. It's on eBay. You can just search Super Potato Retro Video Game Store. And you should be able to find it. And they have pretty much everything that you could think of if you were in the actual store. But you will be charged $20 for shipping. But that's kind of reasonable because you're getting something that is from Japan. And obviously, I mean, if you want, you can go to Japan, but it's either do that or get games from there.
Okay. So basically, XCloud Gaming browser beta came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's invite only for iOS and browser, since Apple doesn't want to give them the option to have an app.
Nope.
But hopefully, it releases on Switch because I think that it just makes more sense.
So the Overwatch director, I believe his name is Jeff. I forgot his name. I know it's Jeff. Papa Jeff. Leaves Blizzard. So this, just like on the Reddit that I read, it shows a lot of worry for Overwatch 2 since that game is still apparently was supposed to come out, but it hasn't. We haven't heard anything of it.
So, PS Plus, or I mean PlayStation, they have something called a PS Plus Video Pass that kind of leaked, but that they're going to be pushing out to trial markets. The first market being Poland.
Oh, weird.
It's going to contain, it currently contains, it's going to be for free for a limited time for them.
Mm-hmm.
They currently have 15 films and 6 TV series that people can watch by just being a PS Plus subscriber. So a question I got from this is, are they trying to compete with Xbox Game Pass / Gold with a combination of movie and game streaming services, kind of like the ultimate combo, which would be interesting.
So Metal Gear Solid comeback. So we did see a what was it, Kojima or no? Well, I don't think Kojima's working on another Metal Gear. But anyway, there could be a partnership with Xbox. It could be an exclusive. It could be a remake.
So E3 2021 is right around the corner. So far from today, there's 50 days left.
Mm.
which sounds like a lot, but I think it's gonna go by quick.
It's a
But it's
month,
about 2 months,
a month and a week. No, a month
month
and
and a
two
half.
weeks. All right. So Gio saw this movie today. Not in theaters, right? You saw it on the HBO Max.
Yeah, I took my HBO Max laptop and then I
You
went
took
to
it to the
theaters
theaters.
to watch it.
You're like, oh wait, hold up, I have to sync it. That'd be okay. So overall, there have been positive reviews for the video game inspired movie. I would hope so. It looks really good based on the trailers. Warner Bros. Is in a great position if only they can get their movie plan in order. So, Gio, do you have any other news for this week?
Nope, not really.
Okay.
I mean, it was a kind of a busy week, but besides that, no.
So,
How about you?
if you're into Fortnite, there's going to be like a new thing, a new tournament going on. I don't remember what it's called, but there's going to be a new tourney going on. So if you're into Fortnite, you can do that. I believe there's going to be a new patch or new version for Warzone on the Xbox Series X and PS5. And believe it or not, it will take 2 years or hundreds of dollars to convert all your Destiny 2 armor with its new system. So even though Bungie left and decided to be nice to people, they're still making things hard for people. So I stopped playing the game. I got boring. Even though the game's free to play, if you want to play the new stuff, you got to pay almost the price of a new game. So I'd rather not do that now. And if you have a Mac or you have a Windows PC and you have Epic Game Store installed, you can get what's it called? Hands of Fate 2, Alien Isolation. Yeah. So Alien Isolation, Hands of Fate 2. So good. I have played Alien Isolation. I didn't finish it. I played Hands of Fate 1. It was enjoyable, but I forgot where I played it and I didn't enjoy it. I think it was on the Switch. I didn't enjoy it. So I'll see how it is on the PC or my Mac. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the news. Yeah. Joe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. You guys have
Pretty
a good
much.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You guys have a good night. Have a good day. We'll catch you guys next week.
See ya, guys.